When you see this image and hear this music, what comes to mind? Most of you might say, oh, that's easy. The Super Mario Galaxy games. Or maybe even Mario Kart for the Wii. Or Super Smash Bros. Brawl, perhaps? Well, for me, it's none of those. Now, while all of those games are amazing and give me fond memories of playing on the Wii, there's another group of games that reminds me of simpler, more ravenous times.
I am Jennifer Hart, live from Paris. The planet is currently waking up to a truly historic event. Large yellow submarines have been identified around the globe. Who are they? Where do they come from? And what do they want? The world leaders are currently preparing emergency talks to try to identify these.
The Raving Rabbids games were a delight to play on the Wii. More specifically, the first three: Rayman Raving Rabbids, Raving Rabbids 2, and Raving Rabbids TV Party. Now, why did I stop playing these games after TV Party? Well, probably because between the release of TV Party and the next games, I hit something called puberty. And I feel like these rabbit bunnies would add an unnecessary weirdness to my already weird enough transitional period from a boy to a man. So, without further ado, here's me gushing over the Rabbids Wii games. Oh, and make sure to like and subscribe unless you want to get shot with the plunger. This is where it all started for me. Now, I have never played any Rayman games prior to getting the first Rabbids game, but with box art like this, you think little old me cared about whether I was familiar with Rayman? I mean, look at it!
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at it!
So yeah, I got this game solely because I like the box art, and lo and behold, it did not disappoint. Now, I'd be lying to you if I said that I have a lot of fond memories of this game. I mean, I remember some of the fun moments in it, but are you telling me the first Raving Rabbids game always started off with Rayman being sent on a suicide mission by taking a bomb to a rabbit just so it could explode in its face? How random is that? But now that I think about it, this introduction really does set the tone for the rest of the first Raving Rabbids game. And that tone is complete and utter pain. This game is so cruel to the rabbits themselves. I know they're the villains of the story who are holding Rayman captive, but damn, looking back at this game, I barely noticed the emphasis it has on making these rabbits suffer. Let's start off with one of the minor atrocities against rabbit kind: the bunny hunts. You got to get headshots on the rabbits with the plunger. I especially like shooting the rabbit that would dress up like a superhero. I mean, he's so stupid, just wandering around in his little superhero costume thinking that was gonna do a damn thing. And if getting shot with a toolman to unclog toilets wasn't degrading enough, this game also let you use other rabbits as ammo. Luckily for the rabbits though, they also had some kind of firepower of their own in these mechanized bunny robots. But unfortunately for them, their tax dollars weren't enough to create a robot that would sustain more than a couple of plunger shots. Now on to the minigames. I'm only going to mention some of the ones that I have memories of and I believe are worth mentioning, okay? Got it? Going back to what I said about the rabbits suffering in this game, you think that was an exaggeration? Look at this minigame. You're literally poking at this guy's brains for your own amusement. And how about this one? These guys just wanted to come up for air and some mimosas, but by the time they got to the beach, instead they got a snorkel full of orange Fanta. Oh, and these bunnies over here just want to peek at your lovely garden, but nope, you just shovel them back into the holes they crawled out of. Can't get enough of watching bunnies getting concussed? Well then how about another minigame where that's all you do? Just bash a hammer on a rabbit's head. Oh, and this rabbit over here entrusted you with his life traversing this barren wasteland, because as you can see, he is blinded by a plunger that you most likely shot him with. And how do you decide to help him? By motioning to him that it's safe to walk straight into a bear trap. 500 points for you, but 500 stitches on that little guy's leg. Oh, are you missing the bunny brains already? How about another minigame where you once again play with the brain of a rabbit just to watch a marble go into a hole? That should satisfy your Jeffrey Dahmer fantasies. So yeah, after torturing the rabbits and dancing with them every now and then, you finally escape the arena you were locked in. Which makes no sense to me because if anything, the rabbits should have been the ones trying to escape in this game. The first Rabbids game really focused on Rayman himself and treated the Rabbids as the side characters, which is It makes sense, because it was the first official appearance of the Rabbids in the Rayman game. And I don't blame Ubisoft for being too scared to focus more on the Rabbids. I guess they didn't think the market was ready for them just yet. But I was, and luckily for me, I got just what I wanted in the next game. In this game, the Rabbids finally get to have some fun of their own. No longer are they being subjected to the torture of Rayman, because now they're on vacation. The Rabbids travel the world in this game, experiencing the best activities every country has to offer. And guess what? You're invited. Up first, we start off in the US of A, home of the football. Who needs to buy the same old boring NFL video game year after year when you can just pop in a copy of Raving Rabbids 2 and boom. This is the way you play football, right? Just carry the football around for the longest time? If you think not, then you're the wrong one. This is peak American football, concussions included. Now let's leave the United States and visit New York, where you can finally live out your childhood dreams of being Spider-Man. Spider Rabbit is now off to the rescue. Let's just hope this guy can actually save Gwen Stacy. Alright, now it's time to actually leave the States and visit our friends over in Asia. Now, when in Asia, what's the one thing you imagine yourself doing as a tourist? Is it eating spicy chicken until your toilet hates you the next morning? Or maybe you want to practice your circus skills by balancing some plates on a stick? Nope. Apparently the Rabbids just want to play some good old-fashioned baseball. Ah yes, baseball. The first thing I think about doing when I leave the States and venture out into an entirely different culture. Now let's head on over to Europe. Oi mate, the Rabbids have invaded Europe bruv. I'm sorry for that. First order of business, practice for the Tour de France. Lance Armstrong doesn't have shit on these Rabbids. Did he shake the Wii remote faster than Lightspeed just to move an inch and prove to your brother once and for all that you're the Rabbids champ? I think not. After working on those thigh muscles, you can also give your brain a workout by playing some chess the Queen's Gambit style. Just make sure Magnus Carlsen doesn't catch you cheating. I also fondly remember annoying people at the movie theater because the Rabbids just had to watch Avatar 2. I wonder if they snuck their snacks in. Something tells me they didn't even pay for the damn movie ticket. Now you may be wondering, how exactly did the Rabbids pay for this extravagant travel experience? Well, by working their butts off, how else? You would wash monks' dirty underwear over in Asia for a few coins. Other Rabbids would pay off their vacations by working at restaurants all around the world. These restaurant minigames were my favorite in the game. You had to hold the Wii remote with such care that you felt like any slight movement would topple over all the food on your plate. Some Rabbids even held down a job in tech because, as we all know, layoffs are going crazy right now, and the only field that seems to have even an ounce of staying power is a job in tech, and these Rabbids have families to feed. These minigames were so fun. They were such a step above the first Raving Rabbids game. As you can tell, the Rabbids basically took the spotlight in this game. I guess Ubisoft finally realized that sometimes it's good to listen to the cracked up employees' ideas for once. So many minigames were so chaotic and memorable, and I especially loved how they strung everything together with the whole traveling the world concept. The Rabbids were truly taking over the world. The bunny hunts in this game were also a step above the first game. Looking back at it now, the graphics are hilarious to see. I just now noticed they're basically just photorealistic backdrops of cities. And honestly, that was enough to impress younger me. The scenery was way more exciting for me to look at compared to the first Rabbids game. You visit New York in one shooting game, and right off the bat you're greeted with the Ninja Turtle Rabbids. It's too bad you had to shoot them in the face though. And then you make your way through New York shooting down some UFOs until you reach the boss fight at the end, the Rabbinator. I was especially fond of the movie iconography since I'm a big movie guy. After New York, you get to visit France, the land of baguettes. Here, you shoot up some mimes and gingerbread rabbits. Arguably my favorite rabbit costumes in the game. Look at them, don't you just want to eat them up? Actually wait, never mind, you'll probably get some kind of disease or something. After wiping out the entire bunny population in France, you're met with the boss of the level, the utterly grotesque rabbit chef. And finally, we head on over to Asia, where we encounter samurai rabbids and make dinner reservations at a fine Asian cuisine restaurant. The final boss of this level are the Space Rabbids. These guys remind me a bit of the Power Rangers. Getting to them won't be easy though, since you're guarded by some Friday the 13th rabbits. Try explaining this gameplay to your mom. As you probably noticed, a lot of these rabbids are dressed up in these really cool getups, which leads me into my absolute favorite part of Rayman Raving Rabbids 2. You can dress up your rabbid. Everybody gets nostalgic over the Mii Maker and the Wii, but you haven't experienced true customization euphoria until you've made the absolute most ridiculous looking rabbid you can imagine. As you can tell, I love this game. It's my favorite one in the series. It's just so full of personality, and it truly is a step up from the first. If you exclude the lack of story, of course, but I mean, if you want story, go play The Last of Us or something. To sum it up, Rayman Raving Rabbids 2 is the Shrek 2 of the Rabbids games. So we're nearing the end of our journey. We've seen the Rabbids take Rayman hostage, and then traveled all around the world with them. What can possibly top taking over Earth? Well, how does taking over the world of TV sound? TV Party had you playing as the Rabbids as they literally channel surfed through the TV. This game only further improved upon the party till you drop formula. Every channel provided new and stupid activities for the Rabbids to do. Notable minigames included the Rabbids racing cardboard horses in a hilariously slow fashion. Make sure to place your bets quick enough or you'll miss out on winning big. Who am I kidding? You can still place your bets on this race and it started years ago. Maybe you're more of a wrestling fan. Now that The Rock, Dave Bautista, and John Cena have all left their wrestling careers behind to become actors, their spots had to be filled by someone, or some Rabbids. Just look at it. Good old-fashioned wrestling with plungers. Or, you can watch the Winter Olympics on Channel 69 and see Rabbids ride their animal of choice down the slopes. Just make sure to get out of their way though, these are professionals at work. Maybe you're tired of sports and want to watch a movie. Well, switch over to the movie channel to catch this mafia flick. But get those annoying dinosaur Rabbids out the way. These people are just desperate for the spotlight, I tell you. Or maybe you're not a big Scorsese fan and more into the sci-fi genre. Well, Rabbids TV also has a space movie on loop. But once again, it looks like the extras coordinator is taking a sick day because we have a bunch of Peter Pan looking Rabbids wandering around the set. Now it's time for the weather. Maybe you're better off just using the weather app. TV Party. Who would have thought that you could be even crazier than the first two Rabbids games? But I must end this segment with my favorite minigame in this game and quite possibly any Rabbids game I've mentioned. It's the incredible but stupid space surfing minigame. Now you may think this game doesn't look all that fun by just looking at it, but I wasn't just looking at the screen when I played it back then. I was simulating surfing through space in my own living room with the help from the Wii Balance Board. Yes, I had a Wii Balance Board and the thrill this minigame gave me made that purchase worth it. It was like the closest thing I had to VR at the time. I would play this game repeatedly. The party then ends with the Rabbids literally bursting through Rayman's TV and wreaking havoc. Oh hey Rayman, I forgot you were even in this game. Guess that's what happens when the Rabbids destroy your relevancy. I'm so sorry Rayman fans. Like I said before, my Rabbid journey ends here. I'm sure the rest of the games released for the franchise were fun in their own ways, but for me, I'm happy these three were the ones that introduced me to the Rabbids. They'll always be my favorite party games. And yes, that includes the Mario Party series. Damn, it's like I'm on a get a bunch of hate comments on your YouTube video speedrun or something, but just hot takes all over the place, I'm sorry. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. And make sure to go down in the comments below and share your favorite Raving Rabbids games. Thank you all for watching.